These are views of Callisto, the moon of Jupiter. We're told it's very lifeless and great picture there. Now when you try to click view the full size, it just won't come up. It's the same size as the one obviously there. So I've enlarged the one that's there. I've got very clear images, and I'll zoom in to this one, which I'm trying to get further up on the screen. It's the same size as the one there. Now I've zoomed in on those objects, especially that one there. There's a very bizarre object seems to float there. I'll zoom in on that. I'll zoom in on that one, and I'll zoom in on these rounded structures there. Now it's very hard to get this object higher up on the screen. That's it. I'm trying it now. So either I'm not sure why or whatever, but I'll try to zoom in on that object there and the ones on the ground, especially I can't get it up at all. So I'm not sure why it's doing this. I'll see if I can go downwards. No, I can't. So the picture we want to see clearer color is that one, and I can just get it to down that level, and I've focused on that structure down there as well. So I'll just pause this. So in this picture here, I'll zoom in on that, what appears to be a gigantic cylinder UFO floating right there. That huge crater. I'll try to get a scale on it by actually googling the width of Callisto and assuming it would go from, the diameter would be from there on the screen till about there. So same as I've got a tape measure. If it's 35 centimeters wide, it could be that sort of distance. So we'll see that object there. It looks like a dome, the object next to it. That one there, it's surrounded by that blue area, that blue mesh area there as well, the blue light there, and the larger objects coming off there and there, and especially that cylinder floating a UFO. There it is, right there. So these are official NASA pictures, and I'll zoom in on that object there as well. That one seems to be floating there. So that's how bizarre these objects are, and I'll use a scale then to obviously estimate the size. This is the only time the pictures seem to work, not by actually altering the resolution or things like that. So I'm just keeping it as they are. There's that floating cylinder object. That's the large object inside a depression. You've got like a sphere on that side, and this side you've got the indentations. There it is again. A very bizarre bright red light. Seems to be a sphere in the recession. That tube leads right into that hole there. And I've seen this on the moon as well. Now if we try to alter this, we might get some clarity. So I found it works the opposite. If I try to do it, I lose what I see in the first place. I'll see if it works this time. Could help. We might help a bit. So the object is a tube and it goes right in that hole. There's the sphere around a brighter area as well. Tubes. Maybe I might do something with that one. I'll try to work out a scale by just googling the actual width of that planet and using my scale of tape measure on the screen. I can't do any more on there. There's that floating object right there. I'm not sure what to make out of it. Another white object there. There's many large objects there obviously on the surface. Very bright ones as well. It's not that clear, is it? That one was the one floating. So it looked like some sort of UFO. I'll try to get a better zoom in on it. That's going to require a lot of skill to do something with that one. It just seems to be something there, so that's all I can do with that one, unfortunately. There's that floating object. Here I can see there's something on top of it. I might try to get some resolution out of this, but it hasn't worked so far, so it's a very hard object, this one. But obviously there's something there that's just floating in space. This time all my theories are opposite, just leave the photos as they are. Long tuberous structures. There's that large one. So there's an object in there, there's a large sphere there. It's orange and a pinky substance around it. Very unusual. Okay, I'll do a scale now. The moon Callisto is the third largest object in the solar system, just the size of Mercury nearly. So it's 4,800 kilometers in diameter. It says that is roughly 600 inside there. So my scale there is half a centimetre is roughly 80 kilometres. So that's about 80 kilometres wide, that object there with the sphere and that object. So it's probably the same size as the objects I've filmed on the moon now. So that sphere would be probably 10 kilometres wide, that round sphere, and that's the same as the one I've found on the moon, which is probably about 10 kilometres high as well, the grey ones and the white ones. And that's it.